critical flash flood emergency is currently in effect for Ruidoso, New Mexico, as rapid and intensely heavy rainfall rates are triggering devastating and dangerous flooding. This alarming situation is particularly pronounced within the burn scars left behind by the recent and destructive South Fork fire, which have rendered the landscape acutely vulnerable to such deluges. Storm reports streaming in directly from the National Weather Service office in Albuquerque paint a grim picture, indicating that floodwaters have already surged into numerous homes across the picturesque village, forcing residents to abandon their properties with little warning. Additionally, several key roads throughout Ruidoso are now completely covered with water, rendering them impassable and effectively cutting off sections of the community. Emergency water rescues are actively and tirelessly underway across the city as the Rio Ruidoso, the local river that typically flows gently through the village, has dramatically swelled, reaching a major flood stage, climbing to an alarming 15 feet. This rapid and substantial rise in water levels poses an immediate and severe threat to anyone in its path. Photos shared widely by the National Weather Service Albuquerque office on social media platforms vividly depict the Rio Ruidoso's astonishingly rapid and dramatic rise, especially noticeable in the Hollywood neighborhood of Ruidoso, where the powerful flood wave is visibly making its destructive way through the river channel, eroding banks and carrying debris. The National Weather Service Albuquerque issued an urgent and unequivocal warning to the public, emphasizing the extreme danger. A dangerous situation is unfolding in Ruidoso. A flash flood emergency remains in effect. Seek higher ground now. Do not attempt to drive through the floodwaters. The current will carry away your vehicle. This stark and emphatic message underscores the profound life-threatening nature of the fast-moving, debris-laden water, which can easily sweep away even large vehicles. The sheer volume of precipitation is remarkable. Between 1.5 and 2.5 inches of rain fell in a remarkably short period of time, overwhelming the parched and destabilized ground. And the threat is not yet over. Forecasters are indicating that another half-inch of rain is possible by late this evening, which could, unfortunately, further exacerbate the ongoing flooding and extend the period of danger. Video footage obtained from various sources within the village of Ruidoso from Tuesday afternoon provides harrowing visuals of the severe damage that is actively unfolding. Multiple homes can be seen tragically being washed away by the relentless floodwater, propelled by an incredibly strong and destructive current, a testament to the raw power of the deluge. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Senator Martin Heinrich of New Mexico has personally issued a strong and direct warning to the residents of Ruidoso, urging them in the strongest possible terms to evacuate to higher ground immediately for their safety. The core message from authorities remains chillingly consistent and vital. A flash flood emergency remains in effect. Seek higher ground now. Do not attempt to drive through the floodwaters. The current will carry away your vehicle. Every moment counts in such a rapidly evolving crisis. The United States National Weather Service had, commendably, previously issued a flash flood warning for Ruidoso, providing some advance notice. However, the sheer intensity of the rainfall and the unique vulnerability of the area have led to the current emergency. Images flowing into newsrooms from various sources are now showing alarmingly high levels of floodwaters rushing through town, confirming the overwhelming severity of the situation on the ground. Village officials have also taken to social media platforms to amplify the critical safety advice, continuously reiterating their plea: do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing flooding or seeking higher ground. Severe debris flows are also possible across roadways. If you encounter water over the road, remember to turn around. Don't drown. This last phrase, a widely recognized flood safety mantra, is a crucial reminder of the deceptive and deadly nature of floodwater. The presence of significant debris flows adds another layer of danger, as floodwaters and burn scars can pick up large amounts of ash, soil, rocks, and charred vegetation, transforming into destructive slurries that can demolish structures and block escape routes. The heavy flash flooding in Ruidoso is a direct and tragic consequence of intense rainfall occurring precisely over areas recently devastated by wildfires. Burn scars, which are landscapes where vegetation has been destroyed by fire, present a dramatically altered hydrological response. Without the protective canopy of trees and undergrowth to intercept rainfall, and without the root systems to absorb moisture and stabilize the soil, water runs off the barren ground much more quickly, and with far greater force. This rapid runoff carries with it ash, loose sediment, and burnt debris, which can quickly turn the floodwaters into a thick, destructive slurry known as a debris flow or mudslide. This phenomenon makes these areas exceptionally vulnerable to even moderate rainfall, and the significant amounts observed in Ruidoso today are causing truly catastrophic and unprecedented impacts. Emergency crews are working tirelessly, bravely navigating these dangerous conditions, but the dynamic and unpredictable nature of flooding and debris flows and burn scars presents unique and severe challenges for rescue and recovery operations. The unstable slopes, combined with the rapid flow of water, can create new hazards without warning, requiring extreme caution from all personnel. The impact on the community is profound. Homes that survived the initial wildfire are now being threatened or destroyed by the very different but equally destructive force of water. Residents who had just begun the long process of recovery from the fire are now facing a new, immediate crisis, adding immense emotional and financial strain. The infrastructure, already potentially weakened by fire, is now undergoing severe stress from the floods, with roads and bridges at risk. The long-term recovery for Ruidoso will now involve not only rebuilding after the fire, but also mitigating the complex and interconnected risks posed by subsequent flooding in the burn scar areas. This requires a multifaceted approach to land management, revegetation, and engineering solutions to channel water safely. The National Weather Service continues to emphasize the need for residents to remain vigilant and to heed all official warnings, as the risk persists even after the immediate rainfall subsides, given the altered landscape. The ground remains saturated, and any further rainfall, even light, could trigger renewed flooding or debris flows in this highly compromised environment.
Something big right by that house. Right there.
Oh, man.
At the top of the hot tub.
Yep. The
Maybe
whole,
that's
it
the
is
hot
the
tub.
whole hot tub, yep.
Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.
Oh, there goes the house.